Welcome back, everybody. I am the Jimmer. This is King of the Hill. We are on Inspections Episode 9. We're going to take a look at the Amateur by Harness 1977, the Green Belgium by Riggs, or GRN, probably, Hammerhead Cruiser by Anickle, and Spawner the Murky Orca by gtafbi. Just going to have a look at these vehicles. Took a look at their guns and ammo and all that stuff. They'll do a short battle with themselves, but no actual official tournament videos in this episode. And then we'll take a look at these guys in the next inspections. First up, Ambush by Harness 1977, coming in at 107. Guessing this is a surface ship. Give this a pause before everything flies off. Alright, looks like, so we have the Nessie, oh my goodness, it's going to be one of those kind of episodes. This is the Nessie Ambusher. Looks like a submarine. I think this looks like maybe two of the Nessies. It was in the I forget the name of the tournament, but there was another tournament with just smaller boats, and it was just one of these guys ended up winning. So he's taken that winning design and copied it over and connected it, doubled the power, doubled the fun. So we get the submarine. It's kind of like a pseudo submarine, where the main body is down in the water, and then it has this neck that keeps the gun just kind of peeking out above the water. Good for defense that way. And then what are these little guys called? It's like manticores. We have several manticores. It's like shooting mines. Yeah, I'm guessing magnet mines. Nice look on those. Let's take a look at the Nessie first. Oh, every time. Just gonna give this a pause so that, well, maybe I can't. Slow down time so everything doesn't fly away. Take a peek. The inside, so it looks like for the armor, metal, wood, so a light armor and then heavy armor over the important bits. I can see the internals of the turret are in here behind the heavy armor. So, oh, it looks like just heavy armor on the front. Not a bad idea. Saves a lot on cost and weight. And generally, the back of your turret's not going to be pointed towards the enemy all too often. And what we got down here is this looks like a turret. So just one relatively small engine. Only 2,000 engine power. It's like between all the engines about 9,000 engine power. I think that basically covers the everything to see. Lots of propellers, but a lot of frontal area, so I don't imagine this is very fast. Relies more on being deep in the water for defense. Let's take a look at the turrets. Looks like spam guns, belt-fed auto loaders, and a whole lot of them. Heavy armor beams up the front of the neck for protection and to keep it from getting blown in half, I imagine. Oh, interesting, a radar buoy coming out the top of the head. Should help distract radar missiles. And 400mm. Already saw the 1 meter clips. And one thing I did, gotta go all the way back down to the bottom to check the ammo. It's like frag. Oh, we have a mixture. We have squash, frag, skimmer tip. Looks like all these are frag. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, let's see if we can find the ammo generator. Or shell customizer, that's the right word. I'm not seeing it. Maybe on the other side. Yeah, I'm not. Is it in the turret itself? Yeah, I'm not sure where he's hiding the ammo customizers. I'm sure they're obvious on screen, and there's several people screaming at me right now to where to look, but I'm blinded. Oh, and there it is. Hidden in plain sight. So, okay, that's interesting. Frag, time fuse. Let's see what we've got over on the other side. Imagine about the same thing. Squash head, super cav. So, I wonder. It looked like all the other, that one turret was all frag. I wonder if hitting the wrong button. See if this turret is maybe all super cavitation or something. Nope, frag as well. So I don't know if maybe the other ammo types were something used as a in the prototyping phase and just kind of left on. Looks like just frags as far as I can tell. Yeah, let's take a look at the torpedoes. No, I want to look at the torpedoes. There we go. Oh, look at all those flags and explosives. So massive torpedoes. APN. That's an interesting choice. I wonder. Usually with torpedoes you use TPG. Not sure if there's something there that I'm missing. That this actually works. Generally the where is it? The APN, it makes it so the missile's always pointing at the target, I believe. And then the TPG, at least on my torpedoes, I prefer the TPG. It'll sort of aim the torpedo in front of the target, so eventually they'll kind of intersect the vehicle that it's aiming at will kind of drive into them. We'll have to see how it works. It might be something that's more effective that I just haven't tried. I think that covers everything on the Nessie. Let's take a look at its little flying friends. Doesn't look like a whole lot to see here. Fairly simple. What's power? I don't even see an engine. Oh, we have very small engines here. Looks like just a single cylinder. And I don't even see anything. Oh, here we go. The injectors top and bottom. And then exhaust coming out the back. So we're able to get almost 800 power. So that's plenty for such a small vehicle. But yeah, this is going to be explosive. Ammo all the way down the middle. This is going to take anything more than a slight tap. It's going to send this thing exploding. Let's take a look. Okay, it looks like a mixture. We've got explosive magnet mines, and EMP magnet mines. So definitely magnet mine bombers. Fairly fast too. Going, I mean, it's like a time slowdown, so it looks kind of silly. These are going 90 plus meters a second, and look at them dodge and weave. They're going to be difficult to hit. So that's the Manticore. Let's get out of this and do the combat trial. A little bit of lag there right at the start. Seems to have cleared up. That seems actually fairly fast. I thought it was going to be slower. But lots of propellers. You know, very rapid fire guns. Magnet, I'm not sure. Oh, it looks like maybe these guys are chasing each other around and somewhat left behind. Yeah, the magnet mines are effective. Surprisingly effective. Very well tuned for getting those magnets down in the water without any ballast tanks. And boom. Alright, so yeah, definitely no problem with the self-destruction. That is the Nessie Ambusher by Harness 1977. Let's get the next contender in here. Got the GRN Belgium by Riggs. And then at 101,900, looks like a surface ship. So not using the full budget for a surface ship, but taking a little bit of advantage of the bonus. Let's turn the shields down so we can get a little bit better look. Where is a shield block? There's one. Yeah, nice looking boat. Not the most beautiful we've seen, but definitely nice looking. You can see the effort that went into the aesthetics, like the superstructure with the radar dish. We've got APS guns, these cram. Yeah, some crams here, midship, and then APS front and back. Some missiles as well. Nice bridge up here. Let's take a look at the hull. Not what I wanted to do. There we go. So it looks like metal, wood. Or 3 layers of wood and then some metal for the top. Looks like for the buoyancy, lead. Yeah, lead along the bottom. So it should be passively very stable in the water. Should stay upright and afloat with no problem. Big compartments in here. Let's take a look at the the shell customizer while I'm right here. APHE pen depth fuse. So big boom on the shell. No inertial fuses though, might struggle with shields. 2,000 power engine. Guessing it has a few. Yeah, it definitely has a few engine. Oh wait, 2 engines maybe. It's only 3,000 overall. Or was it just the one? Any other mysteries to explore? Big old chunk of ammo here in the middle. This looks like a somewhat vulnerable section. I mean, the ammo is here deep in the hull, but only 2 layers of metal, 4 armor around that, and close together. So if one of these goes off, it's going to take out pretty much the whole center of the ship. Might even blow it in half. Some more ammo stores up towards the front. A little bit heavier armored here. Alright, let's take a look at the guns. Oh, that's not a gun. Alright, so we've got 2 firing pieces and 203mm, so sort of medium size, and 2-meter loaders, so a good sized shell in there. And yeah, it is the APHE is the only shell type available. So the pen depth. So if these are able to get through any shielding, they will do some good damage, but not much shielding and no armor on the internal part of the turret. So somewhat vulnerable. We are in version 2.14, which I believe has. Yeah, I think we can check by going to. Yeah, it has the boom block was added in 2.14. That's I was just double checking the version, and that they changed the explosion mechanics. We've got is it Gladion is the I think he's a new developer. At least I haven't seen him mentioned a whole lot before, but he's been a lot more active recently, and he has redone the explosion code, which everybody seems to be pretty excited about. I am also pretty stoked about that. Before, explosions had a max range of 12 meters. Now I think the default is 30 or 35 meters. It can be changed in the settings somewhere, but I'm just going to leave it as the default. So it makes explosive shells much more effective. The damage also acts differently. So I believe that even though this is like the sub-object, the sub-object clipping doesn't work the same way, so this should be more protected than it was before. I guess we'll have to wait till the battles and see if that actually plays out. I'm still going to be putting armor around the inside of my turrets for the foreseeable future, just for safety, but I guess we'll see if that is overkill or not. Take a look at the other turrets. Looks like it's just a repeat of the turret in the back here on the front, and then the cram turrets as well. It's like maybe just little bolt-on guys, fairly small, 570mm, and looks like kinetic and HE. So against a slow ship, these will actually be pretty effective. The low gauge HE spam from cram guns can do a lot of damage if it's able to land. I think that covers. Oh yeah, I wanted to take a look at the missiles as well. Got a decent sized missile strike and radar seeker, 2 frags, fuel tank, spins, thruster. Pretty standard missile, and a good amount of them. That should add a nice bit of damage. Alright, and that is the GRN Belgium by Riggs. Let's do the combat trials. Oh, there's a, I didn't even notice the little, I'm guessing this is a helicopter. I don't see the rotor though. It sure looks like a helicopter. Must be thruster craft. It's got a little derp gun on there. High, or maybe, we'll see it. Maybe it might be lower gauge once it actually starts. Nope, it is definitely a derp gun. What I mean, oh no, it didn't load in. It was tricking me. Alright, so yeah, a little minigun on the front. Spam gun. And is it... What an interesting little design. Yeah, it looks like a sort of helicopter... oh, one of those, it's a blimp almost. Hybrid. Very cool. Oh, did I miss? Is there torpedoes? I missed the torpedoes as well. Oh my goodness. Just missing everything on this guy. So yeah, nice little torpedo rack on the bottom. Oh, they didn't shoot each other. Soaking up that missile strike. Let's see if this guy's able to get some shots off. I don't know. It looks like it took some hits as well. Very fast repairs. You get lots of repair bots working. Coming in for the ram. Does have the rams along the bow. Turning just before it happens though. I have no problem getting that self-damage in. That is the GRN Belgium By Riggs. Let's take a look at our next contestant. We have the Hammerhead Cruiser by Anickle. Coming in right at the resource limit. Very nice. A little pause action. Forward-facing broadsider, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's definitely what it looks like. Really cool silhouette. You can see where it gets the Hammerhead name. Big chunk of metal out here in the front. I'm assuming that is sort of, yeah, you can see very well covers the rest of the hull, soak up any damage coming in from the front. It's like a lot of wood on the rest of it. Oh, every time. There we go. Take a look at the hull first. Yeah, lots of metal up here at the front. It's like 6 layers of metal where you get to the hull, and then lots of wood and light alloy in here as well. Looks like once you get past that shield at the front though, it's just 2 layers of wood and a little bit of alloy here and there, and maybe a bit of metal in critical areas. It's a massive gun. Looks like a fixed gun here. There's that 2 fixed guns. Yeah, 2 fixed guns. Massive. 500 millimeter. And what are those? 6 meter racks. 500 millimeter with 6 meter racks. That is a serious gun. And 2 of those side by side. So that's going to be some furious damage if it's able to land. It's like we've got a mix of shells on board. It's like disruptors. It's all disruptors. I find it hard to believe that. Yeah, disruptors, HE, Sabot, flak. Looks like these shells are a mix of disruptors and AGE. Yeah, big warheads. That's going to be dangerous. And those disruptors are going to take out your shield, so you're not going to be able to hide from that damage under layers of shielding. Some good sized missiles here. Got fairly large fragments, and then it looks like HE as well. EMP, excuse me. Fragment EMP, and then just pure fragments. Oh, these are a little bit... Okay, that's throwing me off. These are actually quite a bit taller. But a good accompaniment of missiles. And look at all this ammo here at the back. Yeah, I definitely purposely cut down the amount of resources available. Sort of force people who are spamming a lot of shells, and something I'm definitely guilty of, as we've seen in the stratosphere. That's going to cost you. You're going to have to put a lot of ammo in there, or burn through your resources extremely quickly. And yeah, a lot of ammo here at the back with not a lot of armor around it. It's a little bit of metal from the outside, but right here at the very back, wood beam, and then right into the ammo. So if you're able to flank this, that's definitely going to be a huge weakness. But with those guns, it's going to be difficult to survive that long. A whole lot of engine power. Must have some lambs going on as well. Yeah, indeed. You can see the lambs top and bottom. Where are the laser parts? Look at all these ACBs. Fancy. Lambs in the front as well, embedded in that hammerhead. And then let's take a look at, we have a turret embedded in the front. Getting lost in the turret land. There we go. Maybe not. Oh, here we go. We're finally in the, yeah, it doesn't look like it actually... It's embedded in the hull, so I don't think it's going to actually be able to turn. But I know there is some weirdness with if you put a turret inside the hull, it can potentially avoid some damage. It's a little bit cheesy, but it's balanced by the fact that if this little one-axis turret right here gets blown up, you lose the entire turret. So definitely a bit of give and take with this setup. And this is like a flak gun. I wonder if this is a C-Wiz. That would make sense. Then that would be why, because the C-Wiz controller only works for turrets. So there we go, that is the reason that this is on a turret and not embedded in the hull. It would be nice if you could use C-Wiz on fixed guns, but as I understand it, there's something like with the way the code works, the way the game engine is, that just doesn't seem to be possible, or would be very difficult to implement. At least that's the line the developers are feeding us. Oh, here's the laser parts. So a pretty hefty laser. It's like, is that 4Q? Yeah, 4Q with 470 damage and 36-ish AP. Standard laser killer stuff, or missile killer stuff, excuse me. And then just double check. Yeah, these are all the way open, all the way through. Like lots of ACB magic going on. Keep this thing just where is this again? This is a Anickle's, right? Yeah, just where Anickle wants it. Alright, I think we have had a look at everything except the torpedo racks. To make that mistake again. Look at these guys. Please. Yeah, definitely torpedoes and a whole lot of explosives, so those are going to hurt if they land. Not a whole lot of them, a fair number though. I think with that we have looked at everything. Let's take a look at the bridge here. Nice cozy little cabin on the top. Alright, and let's do the combat trials. With those big old guns, I don't think this is going to be an issue at all. Get this started. See, that shield is serving its purpose. Soaking up those shots, not a whole lot making it through to the hull. Fast repairs. The repair bot's hard at work, shooting through those resources. There we go, looks like this one's dropping. There's a hole in the shield. It's starting to blow up, yep. And there we go. I think that passed the test. I won't take it any further. We won't spoil anything that might happen. That is the Hammerhead cruiser by Anickle. Look at the next craft. Oh, this is what I wanted. Alright, here we go. Final entry we're going to take a look at. We have the Murky Orca by gtafbi. Coming in right on the resource limit. Guessing this is another boat. Fantastic. Oh, that is beautiful. Look how he appreciates the effort that went in on this one. Got the classic Orca look. Yeah, it looks a lot better when you're not underwater. I wish there was some way to make the water a little bit clearer. Very nice submarine. Alright, let's take a look. What are you shooting at? Oh, I wonder if this is, yeah, it's like preemptive. It's just probably shooting flak. Oh, smoke. Okay. So self-smoking. Gonna protect against the laser damage. I thought it might have been flak to defend against torpedoes. But that's actually a really good idea. I'm able to fire, you know, timed shells, burst that the smoke rounds right around it, and it would constantly be swimming into a sea of smoke, and that will help mitigate any lasers, help against laser designators as well. If you look at the torpedoes, explosive head, ballast tanks, one turn, sonar, so pretty decent torpedoes. Not a whole lot of them, but enough to do some damage. Like we have some simple weapon lasers for flippers. Those will make short work of any suicide or melee craft that try and come in. Yes, suicide craft are banned, but that style of entry that tries to get in close and do a lot of damage in a short amount of time. Looks like the body is a lot of stone. So we've got stone, 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 and more stone in here. Gives a lot of hit points, not very durable, not a high armor value, but will absorb a lot of damage before it goes away. And look at the, holy shit. Massive. These are ICBMs. Look at those missiles. Oh my goodness. Frag, explosive, radar, tons and tons of fuel. So yeah, these you're not going to be able to outrun these. Maybe outspeed them, but there's a lot of fuel and a lot of payload on board. So we've got a little bit more short-range missiles here. Yeah, it looks like these are just little maybe anti-fighter or anti-bomber ones. Anything gets right up above, take that out. And then like a medium size, but yeah, a lot of different sized and custom EMP missiles here. You can see a lot of variety in the missiles, the composition and the payloads. It's a good idea. It's easy to become immune to one type of missile. It's very difficult to become immune to them all. So I imagine one of these combinations here, one of these formulas, will be the answer to pretty much everything that it comes up against. We got here these more torpedoes. Got some more very large torpedoes on the top. Probably a little overkill on the fuel. Yeah, two torpedo propellers shouldn't need any more than 3 fuel tanks, because your missiles are going to despawn if you run out of fuel. The torpedo propellers are extremely fuel efficient. So the missile will automatically despawn. I think it's after a minute and a half or 2 minutes, and that's more than enough fuel for several minutes. This looks like a Sea-Whiz to me. Composite head, maybe not. Nope, just a regular local weapon controller. So just a little spam gun here for the tail fin. Shooting composite rounds. That's interesting. Other turrets. Here's the main turret here on the front. I imagine this is the majority of the DPS aside from the missiles. Definitely a big gun, 500mm, and very large shells loaded in here. Yeah, 8-meter shells. Oh goodness! And look at all of them in there. Yeah, that is a lot of boom. What are these? Looks like HE and these. I'm not. Some people know all of the like graphical what everything looks like. I'm not good with. Okay, so composite head. And these I'm 90% sure that's explosive. There's a monkey on there. That's a bow? No, it can't be some bow. Let's take and see if we can get a quick peek at the ammo customizers. If it's obvious where it's at, it might not be. Oh yeah, it is. It's right there. Frag. Okay, so the monkeys are the frag. Composite head, HE, frag, super cavitation, pen depth, inertial. So yeah, that's you don't want to get hit by this. It will hurt you a little bit. I don't know. Is that intentional? Leaving that exposed like that? It might be. Yeah, it looks like the front of the turret does have metal. Well protected in the front. And we know GTA FBI knows how to make guns that hurt. We saw that with his last entry. Some serious guns. This one looks like another serious gun. And this time mixing it up, throwing in the nice spam of missiles. I think this might be another entry destined for the Hall of Kings. But we'll have to see once it gets there. Let's do the combat test. Submarine battles, it doesn't, it's actually not too bad. I guess with these settings you can actually kind of see what's happening. But often it's really hard to tell when it's two submarines. Torpedoes. A lot of DACA. Yeah, both of them already down to 90%. Doing surprisingly well though, considering the amount of explosives on board. Alright, that is the Murky Orca by GTA FBI. That's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all the new entries. And tune in next time when we'll see some of these start to tear each other apart. But that's it for this one. Hope you guys, oh, I already said that. If you did enjoy, give me that thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.